Can I count? Yes, I think I can. I can also Winnie. What do you think will be my top 3? I'm curious. Let me know down below. And if you are correct, you get nothing. Well, hello my lovely nestlings and welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm 44 from the Netherlands, hence the accent, and I love makeup. As you can probably see, my main love is eyeshadow palette, colorful, neutral, as long as it's cruelty free. I'm also kind of weird, a little bit sarcastic. I tend to lose a train of thought as well. But then again, I'm not a locomotive. If you think you can vibe with that, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button because I upload, well, quite a lot. Today I'm ranking a bunch of eyeshadow palettes. Usually I try to rank 10. However, if I'm going to rank 10, I need to film 2 videos. So I thought, you know what, let's just cram it all into one. Let's rank, I think I have 20. Along those lines, I think. Can I count? Yes, I think I can. I can also Winnie. 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't have 20? Really? No, I need to count. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, ja. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I have 19. Can I not make it 20? Of course I can.
Fine. So I counted. I thought I had 19. I thought I had 20. I have 19. So basically now I kind of need to pause here. Plop the palette that I pulled for number 20 in the ranking list, and then we can get on with it. So hold on. Wow.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, I'm back. Ranking is complete. I think I'm going to throw you guys some curveballs. But yeah, I have 20 palettes now. Let's just get into it. Let's just start by saying that there are no... do I have really bad palettes? No. I have palettes that maybe the quality is a little bit less than what I like. You know, but I don't have anything that is shit. To put it bluntly. How did I rank it? Basically on what I tend to go for and what I want to go for. And that's also kind of mood related. I find myself kind of gravitating towards certain color stories right now. And that is how I ranked it. So yeah, I will kind of go through my thought process as well. But before we go any further, because I also tend to ramble. Yes, grab a drink and a snack, put your feet up. Yes. Yes, let's kind of start then with the palette that is on the bottom. Not specifically color story wise, but this is one that is here because of the quality of the palette. And that is the W7 on the rocks. Now this is a dupe for the Subculture palette. Here she is. And I really do like the color story. Hence the fact that I bought it. But it's here because of the quality. The rest of the palettes that I'm going to talk about are better quality. Is this bad? No, it's not. I hate the term it's good for the price, but in this case I agree it's good for the price. I paid, I believe, 6 or 7 euros for this, and that is worth it. Don't pay more than 10 bucks for this, because in my opinion it's not worth it. Again, the palette isn't bad. The mattes are actually quite nice. This shimmer is okay. This is a dot, and this one is actually quite nice. But yeah, I don't think that this palette is worth more than 10 bucks. Yeah, and you know, because I have the original, it's also, if I want this color story, I grab my Subculture. That is why it is where it is, on the bottom. But yeah. Okay, so that was number 20. Let's go. Let's see if I can kind of do this without losing track. Probably not. Who am I kidding? Let's next go to number 19 then, which may not surprise you. It is this one, the Janelica Natural Palette. The artwork is gorgeous. This was PR. Oh yeah, I also kind of need to mention that most I paid for. I think I paid for almost everything, with the exception of this one and one other, I believe. So yeah, this one was PR. The quality of this is really, really good. This is solely here because of color story. This is not a color story I grab often. And if I do grab it, it is not now. This is a color story that I gravitate towards more, for instance, in springtime or in summer, you know, but not now. It's just not what I vibe with now, but the quality is really, really nice. Okay, so that was number 19. Number 18. This is kind of a little bit pain in my heart. It is a brand that I love a lot. But yeah, it's number 18, and that is the Lucky Bunny Wrath palette. And why is it at number 18? Purely color story. Oh yeah, and the shade Scarlet kinda... I need to press it back in. When it arrived a little bit smooshed. This shade is smooshed. Now, she did contact me and asked if I wanted a replacement palette, but I declined because it's just one shade. It's a shade that I still can use. It's also a shade that I have. So if I want this specific shade, I can grab another palette. And I did not feel it necessary for her to send me a completely new palette while it's just, you know, one shade. If it was more, I don't know, you know, more shades, maybe half the palette that was shaded, I had said, sure, please do so. But now I did not feel that I needed. I do have an affiliate code with Lucky Bunny Cosmetics. This palette I did pay for though. The color story is not a color story that I grab a lot. I knew that going in. I did buy it anyway because I love her so much. Or yeah, her brand, what she does. I kind of want to have all the palettes, you know. It's not a bad quality again. It's just not something that I grab for a lot color story wise. And that is why it is so low. I do have to mention though that this shade Shadow for me, it does not really perform, but that is me. If you have this palette and you have a different experience, please let me know. I do have a video. I have a video on, I think, everything that I have here. So I will try and link as many videos down below in the description box as possible. If you want to know anything else, just use the search function on my channel. So yeah, Wrath is at number... already lost count. Is it 17? 20, 19, no, 18. Then the next thing, which is then number 17, I believe. Yes. Number 17 is from Oden's Eye Cosmetics. It's one of the minis. This is the Mini Ocean palette. This, again, purely color story. However, this is a color story that I grab more often than a solely red palette. Does that make any sense? So I haven't grabbed this a ton because I just, it doesn't grab me right now, at least. I love the aesthetic of this. I love the quality as well. It's just, again, purely based on color story. Then the next one is then number 20, 19, 18, 17. Wow, it's number 16. I have it grouped in 5 because I thought that was easier. Number 16 is one from Catrice. It's one of the 5 in a box. It's the Golden Nude look. And this, while it is very, very nice quality, this is not a color story that I grab a lot. No, I do want to grab it, but I do find that if I grab a smaller palette, there are some other ones that I grab. I do like the color story. Yeah, I think the quality is amazing. It's just not, I don't know, a color story that I'm vibing with right now. Does that make sense? I hope so. Let's go to number 15 then. Yeah, which is another one Catrice from Catrice. Another one from the 5 in the box. This is the soft rose look. And the same thing here. Although this is a color story I grab for more often. Or I want to grab for a little bit more than this one. It's not a color story that I grab a lot now. And that is, again, why it is here. Okay. Is it then 14? I think so. I lost count. Of course I did. So yeah, the next one, number 4. Maybe I will be fancy and put it on the screen. You never know with me. But yeah, the next one is the Makeup Obsession Smokin' mini palette. I really, really like this palette. However, the reason that it is down here is because if I grab this palette, I grab it for the sole purpose of grabbing the shade Sizzle. So basically for one shade. There is one true matte in here, that's the black. And that's it. So yeah, I don't do a gray or a smoky eye often either. I do, however, really love this shade. So that is why it is, yeah, a little bit lower, but still a little bit higher as maybe something else. Yeah, it's just really one shade that I want to grab this palette for, but it is a very, very nice quality. Then the next one is the Feelin' Spicy from Makeup Obsession. And this is also color story wise. Now, initially I had them on the same level. But because I want 20, I kind of need to, you know, have them on a separate number. And then this is the one that is a little bit more versatile for me. Hence the fact that it is a little bit higher. But basically for me, they are on the same level. This is not a color story that I grab often. But it is very, very nice. And this is just a little bit more versatile, for me at least, than the smoking one. Yeah, I think I forgot to... Yeah, I have palettes here that I have already played with. So there are other palettes that may have come in earlier than this that I haven't really played with as of yet. So that's why they will be in the next ranking. But that was number 11, 12, 13 and 14, I believe. I think. I hope so. I don't know. The next one is then number 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 12. Is this one, the Allure Desire from Be Your Own Desire. This was also PR. This is a very nice, fun, bright palette that has a lot of fun. It's just a fun palette, a lovely color story, a very, very, very nice quality. It's just that I find that the color story is not something that I really gravitate towards now a lot. I've had a lot of fun with this palette, and this is something that I will pull out more when the weather is getting a little bit warmer. So for me, around Halloweeny time, I want to play with this, but I also want to play with this in summer. Maybe I will even want to play with this in winter. I don't know, but I do really, really like this one. Great quality. I love the color story. It's just that right now, it's not one that I grab. Okay, then the next one, which is then number 11, is this one from Odin's Eye as well. The Elva Mint Forest palette. No, the Elva Mini Forest palette. Yeah, this is just something that I find myself wanting to grab right now. So yeah, that's why it is higher. I've played with it once. I do really like the quality though. But this is something that I don't know, I want to grab now. I don't. Because there are other palettes that I grab for. Yes, I need to learn to finish what I'm thinking. Sometimes that's difficult. But yeah, that's the reason that it is at number 11. Because I do want to grab for it a little bit more than I have been. Just not enough to rank it higher. Yes? Yes. Number 10 is the other mini palette. This is the Mini Sky palette. And this is a palette that I really do want to grab for. But also not enough to rank it higher. But a little bit more than the Greenie palette. Because I'm into the purpley brownie goodness. I just want to play with this one. Yeah, who am I? Right? So yeah, number 10. Number 10 was that. Then we go to number 9. This is a palette that may surprise some of you that it is ranked here. It is a palette that is a little bit older, but it is from one of my favorite brands. And that is the palette for the recently deceased from VE Cosmetics. This released last year around Halloween. I got it this year around Halloween. I really like the color story. I love the quality as well. And this is just a fun rainbow palette. Again, the same with the Allure Brights. This is a color story that I like. Obviously, because I bought it, but it is almost a generic one that I don't really grab for right now. The quality is really, really nice. I'm so happy that I have it. I love the whole aesthetic of it. So if I want, I don't know, if I want a rainbow palette with basically my kind of vibe. This is the one that I grabbed just because of the whole aesthetic that it has. And I love the brand. So yeah, quality is very, very nice. And that is why it is ranked here. Because it is more of a, for me at least, I'm spitting, oh sorry. For me at least, kind of a generic color story, you know. And I'm finding myself being drawn a little bit more towards other things. Which is a palette that's unfortunately not sold anymore. It's this one. It released around Halloween time. This is the Serendipity collab with Alien Cosmetics. I really, really like the quality of this. I'm actually very sad that it was so limited edition because you cannot get it anymore. But I do really like the colors that are in here. Now the center shade, and I've said so in the video that I did about it, it's kind of a weird one. I thought it was a pressed glitter, but it is not. It is almost, I don't know, I describe it as you have your sequence mats, you know, the mats with micro glitter in it. This is it, but then in a shimmer form. So when I feel it, it feels like a glitter, basically, but it is not. It is such a unique shade. It is so pretty. I don't really know how to explain the shade. It's very, very pretty though. The colors that are in here, the mattes are maybe a little bit more generic, but the shimmers in here, especially these three, are so unique to my collection that I really do want to grab them. I'm also kind of getting a little bit more into the Christmassy vibes, and then this is a perfect color story for me as well. Without the yellow then, but this is a perfect Christmassy color story for me. Yes, so expect to see it maybe a little bit more come Christmas time, or maybe I'm just going to play with it in my off days when I'm not filming. I don't know. I do have an affiliate code with Alien Cosmetics in case you are interested. Do I have codes with anything else? I think with VE Cosmetics as well. If I have it now, that is. And yeah, there's another code. Just check my description box for any discount codes that I might have. Then number 7, yes. Number 7 is the Book of Magic. What's it called? Yeah, Book of Magic palette by Beauty Bay. When I look at this, I get happy. This is a color story that makes me very, very happy to look at. I really do like it. I have done a bunch of looks with this. I have had a lot of fun with it. And this is a very all-round palette, for me at least. It's just that right about now, I do find myself grabbing other palettes before this one. But this is something that makes me just so very, very happy to look at. I really did like the quality. I like the fact that I can... I don't know, I can go green, I can go everyday, I can go purpley, blue. I can do so much with this palette. It's just, yeah, I'm finding myself grabbing other things before this one. That's the only reason it is ranked here. Okay, let's go to number 6 then. Number 6 is a small palette. Quite a neutral palette as well. It's again one from Catrice, one of the 5 in a box. This is the Modern Smoky Look. This is a palette that I really want to grab for when I just want to do my eyeshadow. And I'm not filming. I don't know, I just want to slap something on my face and go to the groceries. I don't know. I love to go like this, but sometimes I just want something quick and easy. And I want something like this. I'm so happy that I bought all 4 of these palettes. I hope they come out with more in this quality. This is just such a good palette. These retail for me for €4. That's peanuts. I can easily see these being a lot more expensive than that. I would pay €10 for these. And €10 is around, I don't know, $13 along those lines. I think that is still worth it. Because that is how much I love the quality. I actually think they are better than my Natasha Denona Mini Lila. Just saying. But yeah, I really do love this one. I do, however, kind of want to play with these 2 shades constantly. So that is why it is ranked higher, but a little bit lower still. Yes? Yes. Okay. Number 5. Drum roll, please. Number 5. Kind of surprised me a little bit because it is the last one from the Catrice 5 in a box, but this is the warm spice look. This surprised me so much. Every time I grab this palette, I have a perfect eye look. It looks so pretty. I did not think that I would love these warm tones as much as I do. But there's just something about the curation of this color story, and then with my complexion, my undertone, it just works so well. It brings out the gold that I have in my eyes. It's just, I really do love this palette a lot. Hence that it is at number 5. Number 4 was a gift. Maybe that will help narrow it down a little bit. Number 4 was a gift, and it was a gift from one of you, and I was so blown away when I got it. It's my We Makeup palette. I love this color story so much, and I've said this before, this gives me Hasina 2 vibes, but all the shades that I love from the Hasina 2. This is a very nice quality, very nice to work with, and I do want to work with it. I just find myself right now grabbing other palettes to do my makeup when I'm not filming, because this is a custom palette. I won't film with this often because it is a custom palette. And I will link the shades that are in here. I will list the shades down in the description box in case you kind of want to recreate it, you know. It's just a perfect color story. I can do so much with this. I can go blue using this one because it's a blue based lavender. It's a very blue toned lavender. I can go green. I can go purple. All the shimmers complement. She just did such an amazing job. I really like the quality of We Makeup as well. I really want to play with it. However, I do find that I grab my top 3 more. So we are at the top 3 now. Number 3 is here because I just grab for it. I find myself grabbing for it constantly. Not specifically, when I grab it, I don't always use it, but I really do grab it because I want to use it, because I really love it. I love the whole vibe of it, and it's this one. It's the freaking Hocus Pocus palette from Colourpop, which is a pretty basic neutrally palette, you know, but still. And then these greens, this row gets me every time. This row, it's this row that I grab it for, and I call it a buzz. Yeah, it's just that is what I grab this palette for, and it is just when I sit down and do my makeup, this palette makes me so happy. It is just, I love the whole aesthetic. I love every time I put these shades on my eyeballs, I snicker. You know, Yabos, Bewitched, I call it a buzz. Goodbye, cruel world. And I'm like that when I use this palette. And that is why it is ranked at number 3. That is why it is so high. I so hope that they will bring it back, at least for one other round. I really hope so. But yeah, I feel very lucky that I have this. And this will never leave my collection. Number 2. Number 2 is a palette that I grab when I kind of want to feel fancy, but I also use it in conjunction with my number 1 a lot. And that is this one from Sigil Inspired, the Lavender Chinchilla. I always call it the Battle Chinchilla. I don't know why, but I always call it this. This is so pretty. I do find though that if I use this palette on its own, a lot of the time I have a similar vibe, and usually I play here. And then with, I love this shimmer so much, and then with the shimmers, that is what I usually do. But I constantly grab this palette for this shade. Let me swatch it. And this is shade number 43. You can get it as a single, I believe, as well. But this shade, this is the reason that I grab this palette. It is also within reach, and I grab this so often for inner corner highlight. Yeah, and then especially combined with this one, because this is the base that is in here. That is the reason that it is higher. I was initially going to rank it lower, but I'm like, no, it kind of needs to be with the number 1, because a lot of the time when I use that palette, I use this palette as well. Same, by the way, with this one. If I grab this one, I usually grab this one for inner corner. The shade 43 that I just showed you. So then it's my number 1, and I don't think it's a surprise for most of you. Let's be real, it's the Autumn palette from 50/50 Makeup. This was also PR, but I grab this palette so often Can you guess the shades I'm grabbing the palette for? Or at least every time I grab this palette, I use at least one. Do you know which one it is? Yeah, I'm sure you know what it is. It's Decay. The last time I grabbed it, I used Blood Moon. And did I use Poison? No, I think I used Blood Moon just in the crease, deepened it up with Hallows Eve and then Decay on the lid. I just love it. And then I grabbed this one for the inner corner. This is just my kind of color story, especially now. I love this so much. It's just, yeah, it's the shade Decay, guys. This gets me every time. Let me swatch it. Let me swatch it because I can. Because it's my video. And then especially on top of a dark teal eye pencil, I have a, where is my pencil? I love to put it on top of this one. And this is a dark teal. And then with this shade on top, it brings out the blue teal that it has. The blue teal shift that it has. And it's just so pretty. But you can always also combine it with a purple. You can combine it with red, with brown, with green. It's just, it's my favorite. Yeah. Were you surprised by my number one? I don't think so, though. You know, I did kind of surprise me with the rest. But this is how the ranking is, at least today. If I were to rank everything again, I don't know, next week, maybe some things will change and shift a little bit, because it's also based on my mood. What do I want to play with? And yeah, I think that's it for today's video. I forgot to mention what I have on my eyeballs, didn't I? I have this one on my eyeballs from Creepy Cosmetics, the Trick or Treat palette. Let me show you what she looks like. It will be in the next ranking. Here is the color story of this palette, which is a very nice Halloween-y palette. And that is what I have on, I'm sorry, I blinded you, I think. That is what I have on the eyeballs right now. And yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. A special thank you to the members that you will see scrolling on the screen right now. If you want to become a member, there's a link to join in the description box. Yeah. Thank you so much. I already said that. Yeah. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I'm going to wish you a fantastic day, a fabulous evening. May your foundation always match your neck. And I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye, guys.